Hello guys, and welcome back to another game. We're on Arabia yet again. This is a matchup everyone loves to see. We have Tatoh in the blue playing as the Indians versus TheViper playing in the yellow as the Burmese. We've got new civs, two absolutely star players on a super aggressive map. We're going to hit and speed things along nice and quickly and see exactly how this does decide to go down. Both players extremely high ranked. Of course, if you don't know who Tatoh is, he is basically a magician of AOC. At this point in time, he's playing some bizarre strategies, managing to just push things to just different levels. We're talking nothing but man-at-arms, villager pushes, towers, literally everything that kind of didn't work. He's managing to find a way to work, backed up with just some awesome macro control. So this is exactly what you want to be seeing. TheViper, however, one of the men who we know, basically Houdini, gets himself into some bizarre situations against players, always manages to find his way out of them somehow and really come back and just be an absolute pain in the ass. So we should be in for a hell of a treat here, guys. Burmese, as we know as a civ, really good for aggressive early game. They get that kind of +1 to damage on their basic infantry straight away off the bat once they hit feudal age, which is awesome. So we should be expecting a drush straight away from a Viper. Indians as a civ, not one we've seen a lot of. However, the big things they're going to kind of have going on for them, cheaper villagers. We're talking a massive booming civ here, guys. They can really push this one into the next level. Of course, they do lose any kind of access to knights, which hurts them in early castle. It is, of course, replaced by camels, which do gain some extra armor. So that's nice to kind of have there on the play. But at the same time, early castles probably when they're at their weakest, in all honesty, and they really need to be able to fight their way through that one to be able to kind of push into the rest of the game. If they can go for a massive boom, get up into like Imperial camels or something like that, a great position to really take control of the game. Checking out the map before we get too carried away with things. Tatoh going to get hurt straight away by this gold over here. Not going to be able to get great saturation on that one there. Wouldn't be surprised if we see kind of a gold camp come up around this kind of area here. And then villagers just being dumped onto it and then moving to a secondary gold as soon as he can. As far as wood goes, it looks like he's got one over on the left, one in the back as well, so can do a pretty successful split lumber actually to this one here over here on the right, but definitely an option for him. Berry's on the front as well, and it looks like he's actually got a reasonably well defendable base. Does have a big open side towards the front though, but can wall off across here nice and easily, and of course across here. Tower placement here would be an issue, tower placement here would be an issue as well, especially if it's on the hill, so it will deny the berries, will deny the gold, will deny some of this wood as well, and may even deny some of the farming area. So you're going to have to be very careful about that one. Gold towards the top though, and he does have some extra hillage over here as well. Not exactly a good thing. Feudal age already for Tatoh though. Going to be in a really good place to put it up. Only going up on 19 villages. Let's jump over to the Viper, have a look at his map before we fall too far behind here. 21 villages for Viper. The barracks is getting thrown down early as well. Not super early, but early enough where we should be able to get some militia over to Tatoh's base during feudal age and really cause a little bit of ruckus there, which should be nice. As for the map, gold in the back, beautiful straight away, and it looks like, yes, there we go, he will be committing to those units straight away. Potentially could be going for an archer push, though, but we'll see as we go, I guess, kind of thing. He's got this, this isn't a pretty hill, in all honesty. This is going to actually take a little bit to deal with. He's not going to be able to really drop, he can probably drop a town center down here, and that's really about it. Does have a wood on the side, has another wood over here, so can do a split lumber if he does so choose. Wouldn't surprise me to see one later in the game. Town center placement, of course, he can kind of go here, get one on the stone, one on the wood here, can go for one over here, could go for one in the back as well, depending on how he wants to play it out. Looks like we are seeing minimal walling from him as well. You're getting a little bit over on this side here and a little bit here, can of course wall off to the town center and defend this entire section of his base here very easily. Looks like we have seen the scout move out though. He is going to spy the double archery range coming up from Tatoh, so going to make things relatively, I guess, easy for him to predict from here. The only thing that's going to kind of hurt is he still hasn't moved out with his drush. Tatoh's already up on a double range. He should be able to deny this push out very easily. Any kind of archers, a couple of skirmishes should push those guys right back across the map. Because, of course, Viper wants to do a little bit of damage with him, but I don't think it's really going to happen. Good gold mining case placement there as well, of course. One tile away. We've got minimal walk distance between those guys. And it looks like we are seeing berries get pretty abandoned here. Could just be to get this wall up going, though. Man-at-arms getting dropped, and we've got horse collar going down for Viper as well. Looks like he really wants to try and get that eco upgrade. And it looks like he's going to get double wolfed here as well. This is actually really going to hurt the health on these militia. And yeah, nearly down to half health on that guy straight away. Not exactly what I want to see. Some good micro there, just using his own units as a shield there. Pulling the wolf around them while they attack, so relatively well played. Might see a little bit of, yes, scout aggression here. Ooh, that's going to hurt a little bit in the long run as well. But the bad news for Viper is we're going to see some archers or skirmishers. Hopefully archers. Yep, double archeries. double archers push out, and of course going to deny these men-at-arms very, very quickly. Not too much is going to be able to do about it. Wouldn't surprise if we actually see the wall-off continue along here later in the game as well, and yep, there goes the house. That's exactly what we're going to be seeing. Oh, looks like he is going to get housed a little bit there, though. Not exactly a good thing, especially against someone as TheViper, who's just going to make the use of absolutely every little thing he can. Currently counts, we're looking at 25 villages to the 24 of Tatoh, 5 military from TheViper up to the 6 of Tatoh. Tatoh's military, though, going to be a little bit more, I guess, versatile is probably the way to say it at this point in time, just because, of course, those archers going to be able to push out across the map, whereas these men-at-arms looking a little bit lost now. How are we doing for Viper? Viper going down with a archery blacksmith. Don't think he's going to be going for castle that early. Yeah, he has nowhere near the resources for it. I'm surprised he didn't drop down the second archery. And I guess he's going to go for that fletching first and really kind of focus in on the skirmishes. Because, of course, a really good counter unit if your opponent is going up into archers. Because, really, you don't want to take a fight archers versus skirmishes if you can avoid it. But at the same time, sometimes you just have to. So you've got to do what you got to do, guys. And once we get that elite skirmisher upgrade, we get Bodkin Arrow up in there. Skirmishers become a really big threat to your economy as well. They can really start damaging villages and do, I guess, really just disrupt your eco, which is probably the big thing. So, let's speed things along. The archers are moving out across the map at the moment. We're going to try and find a way in. The side over here, of course, has been walled off. This side over here as well. Not going to be able to do too much. Have we got fletching yet? Fletching has been dropped for Tatoh. No second archery from Viper, though. Fletching on its way down now, and it looks like we're just looking for a little spot he can kind of do this. I'm not sure exactly why he's building these houses here. Can he not see? You may not be able to see that that's actually complete cliffs. I don't know, that's my guess. That's my guess right now. So a couple of skirmishers going to be able to push these archers away quite quickly. He has to be careful of the scout, though, because it only takes one scout to really disrupt some skirmishers. Not saying they won't be able to deal with it, just saying it's going to be a little bit more of an issue. Man, the new sets are so nice. Like, the Burmese set, this just looks beautiful overall. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, let's go for Indian. I've seen this one. I don't think I've seen the Castle Age Indian yet, so I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward. A lot of archers out the front at the moment for Tatoh. He's got a lot of military out on the field at the moment. Viper, not exactly sure what his game plan is here. He's going down with the second archery. He's been able to hold off Tatoh with the one by the looks of things. Potentially could get in here and actually kill the villager if Viper isn't careful. Skirmishers, I thought they were moving across the map there, but it looks like they're going to come home and really just hold this one out. So it looks like we're in for more of a defensive style, guys. Both players going to play this one pretty close to the chest, move their armies back and really just hold out and wait for that kind of push where they can actually make a little bit of a difference against. And skirmishes for Viper, not seeing a whole heap out on the field at the moment. We do have 11 military for the Viper compared to the 18 of Tatoh, and then 34 villages apiece, so we're still looking really close. That said, Viper already going down with wheelbarrow, so it looks like he's starting to think about going up to Castle Age. Same goes for Tatoh. He's got 400 food in the bank, so not looking too far away. Tatoh only about 300, a little bit further behind, but at the same time, not a bad situation. Skirmish is going to push these archers back quite easily. Going to get one kill there. A couple of good splits from both players, really trying to get the damage, and going to get a few more hits, but not enough to actually take out the unit. Viper still doing a little bit of scouting over towards the front. Stable is going down for Tatoh. That's an interesting one I wasn't kind of expecting there. And is that a market in the back? Looks like he might try and buy his way up to the next stage. Something Tatoh is getting a little bit known for as well, using the market to balance his eco. Really, really smart to do that one, actually. And what do we got? Really trying to pincer movement these guys as best he can, but not really going to be able to do too much. And it looks like that scout might be ready for blood. Yep, Scout's ready for blood. The villager trying to get away, but of course he has been wedged in place here. Gonna see a little bit of this going on. Gonna get out of there. It looks like he's gonna... That's a good wall off. Of course, he's gonna be nice and bored in his little, I guess, 1x1 square there. But still, at the end of the day, Viper has saved himself a villager, essentially. Both players going up into Castle Age now as well. Really close behind each other as well. Viper actually having one extra villager in play at the moment. Military advantage still for Tatoh. Not sure exactly what he wants to be doing with it, though. We have seen the stable get dropped down. I'm still kind of waiting to see why this one's in play at the moment. Could potentially see, I guess, a lot of camels get dropped out, but camels can get eaten pretty quickly by crossbows if you're not careful. And as the Viper started making that transition, are we still on... No, he's still in the skirmishes. Interesting. Not sure exactly what his game plan is here. He's got a lot of gold in the bank straight away, but not planning on going crossbows by the looks of things. Alright, we'll see how this plays out. We'll see exactly what happens here, guys. Skirmishes still just hanging out around the front of the map. Looks like Tatoh is getting ready to move out with his normal archers as is. Will of course go up to crossbow as soon as he gets time. Viper going down with padded gold mining armor as gold mining, so padded archer armor and gold mining. Tatoh on his way up to next stage does not have the extra armor yet. Throwing down another stable, so it looks like we're definitely going to see either some light cav or I guess just camels get thrown into the mix here. Of course, the extra armor is going to help. Probably not overly amount though, and it looks like, yeah, we've already got a scout out in place, so it wouldn't surprise me to see him just get a kind of couple out, really just try and do the damage and break up those skirmishes as much as possible, because at the moment, Tatoh just can't charge into that, and scale biting going down as well, so it looks like that's exactly what we're going to see. Bloodlines, gold mining, Tatoh looking like he's getting himself into a relatively good spot, just not sure if it's going to be camels or light cav, I guess. Viper's looking pretty good. He could honestly probably fast Imperial this if he wanted to, judging by the resources he's got there. But it looks like he's going straight to Boomtown. He's got crossbow, he's got bodkin, got elite skirmisher all on the way at the moment. Tatoh, ooh, see, that's a nice set, guys. That's an absolutely stunning set. I love it. Absolutely love it. Crossbow is going down for Tatoh though, and of course the elite skirmisher upgrade going to make a huge difference here. A little bit of extra HP, a little bit of extra armor. Of course, they're going to do a little bit of extra damage as well. So going to be in a good place there straight away. And it looks like he's trying to delay this one until he gets it. And there we go. He's got the upgrade 4+1 on the armor. Of course, the crossbow's only doing 5+1. So not looking good in terms of overall damage there. And there's the camel out in play as well. Of course, does have bloodlines on that. Has the +2 armor. Basically, because one from the scale, one from the civ advancing up. So going to put him in a little bit of a place. Well, not advancing up, but they just get one armor extra upon playing the Indians. How are we doing here? Looks like we're actually seeing quite a few camels out. And Viper coming through with some crossbows and doing some serious damage. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 villages. Whoa, that's what a couple of crossbows will do to you guys. Very, very well played by the Viper here. And he's actually set himself really far away right now. He's looking like he's in a really good spot. 46 villages for Viper, 35 for Tatoh. Remember, of course, Viper's booming off the back of this as well. So he's really just trying to keep Tatoh just, I guess, amused back at home for as long as possible. Keep him distracted, do a little bit of damage here and there. And it looks like the villagers are going to push across. We'll try and force some idle time by getting this TC garrisoned. Can do alright, but we'll be worried about this villager potentially. No ballistics though, so not going to be able to deal with that one. Tato's crossbow is going to pick him up relatively quickly. And we're going to see a little bit more damage done here. I doubt we're going to see any more villager kills, especially with him on this HP. But still, he's just trying to keep this army back at base as long as he can. Let's go down. We've got one TC up over here, one TC. So Viper's on 3 TCs, guys. He's really taking advantage of this as much as he can. Not only is Tatoh down 6 villagers from the raid beforehand, but the 3 villager production from Viper at the moment... That's just going to be a hard one to deal with, guys. That's going to be a really hard one to deal with. Viper already up to 55 on the 37 from Tatoh. Man, this is going to be an absolute landslide if we're not careful. And military-wise, we're looking like Tatoh has a very, very big advantage. The problem being is going to be pushing into skirmishes, and that's where the issue is really going to kind of arise. The skirmishes is going to give Viper such a bit of monetary value for what he's spent versus what he's losing. And of course, Tatoh moving across the map now as well. Look, the camels are going to be able to do a little bit of damage versus skirmishes. I don't think they're going to be too bad off, but unless we get this kind of done in the right way, like, here we go, some good micro from Viper. He's going to do the damage. Absolutely going to do the damage. How are we looking? We've only seen one skirmisher get killed off thus far. That's a second. And going to sit under that TC and, of course, hopefully take out another one. Ooh. So, yeah, the camel's soaking up a good portion of that damage. They're not in a bad spot. Looks like he will actually try and break through over here. And it looks like the villager did get killed off. That's sad. I really thought that was going to get away from there. Crossbow's coming in with the camels. Going to be able to potentially push through these houses. If he does so, get into the eco over in the back here. The gold and the wood, plus a couple of farms, are all exposed there at the moment. So Tatoh could put himself back in the race with that one very, very quickly. The Viper, though, just about to hit 70 villages. Tatoh only on 43. This is not looking good. Tatoh needs to get in and he needs to do the damage now. That's where it's all going to kind of come from straight away. Needs to get these camels in there because he's got a lot of military in play at the moment. 33 compared to the 10 of Viper. Viper going down with the defensive castle though. That will keep this area here safe. The only thing that we should still be worried about is the gold. Not exactly too much he can really do about that. And gonna run straight past the skirmishers. Get into the base. Oh, come on. Start that castle. That took way too long to get started. I'm a little bit stressed here. I could lose a couple of villagers to some crossbows right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Potentially, depending on when the castle gets finished. Shoot. There's 1, 2, 3, gonna go for the 4th. No, he's gonna get out of there without trying to lose too many crossbows. And that camel, again, just doing the damage. This is starting to look very, very bad for Viper. At this point in the game, the styles that both players have chosen, the longer this goes, the more trouble Tatoh is gonna have at really being able to do anything against this. The mangonel's out, and that's a really good hit. That's a really good attack round. Potentially gonna see a second one as well. A little bit of a dance going down with the crossbows. A good split. And another good hit, getting some massive splash damage in there. Looking at the health on some of these guys, we're looking significantly low. And we're going to see another Mangonel. Looks like he's content holding this with one Mangonel and a couple of skirmishes right now. Viper should be feeling pretty stressed here, you know. Look, he's got a pretty good village account, but at the same time, the army is literally in his base right now. All he's got to defend against is one Mangonel, a couple of skirmishes. But here we go, guys. We're seeing the Arambai come out of the castle. Arambai, as we know, an absolutely brutal unit. They take a lot of damage. They've got pretty null armor. They've got very low HP for basically a mounted unit. On top of that as well, they are quite inaccurate, but we're looking at 18 damage per dart, guys. That's freaking ridiculous. Viper on his way up into Imperial as well, so we'll be able to push this one to the next level if he does so choose. And again, that one Mangonel doing a great job of holding this one. Monastery getting dropped in as well. Gonna come down with a gold camp over here. Could be bad. Those camels could do a lot of damage. Remembering though, they only do have 6 base attacks. They do take a bit to actually do some damage. And the second Mangonel out as well, so really gonna be able to in a good spot to try and do some damage. And here come the Arambai. Can be able to they really should do some serious damage to these camels, because they've got a brutal 18 attack on them. And both the Mangonels have been taken out. The Arambai though starting to do the damage. Camels, oh, there we go. They are going to get pushed back across a little bit. Town Center getting dropped down on the stone as well. Can be a really good defensive tool for Viper there as well. Not sure exactly what Tatoh is going to be able to do from here, because Viper, we're looking at 80 villages, sorry, compared to the 64 of Tatoh. This is Tatoh's economy at the moment. It's hurting. It's hurting. Viper losing quite a few villages with this Ford Town Center, though. Feeling really aggressive to actually get that one out in play. Looks like he is starting to feel the pinch now a little bit. Tatoh going down with Heavy Plow and Gold Shaft, so getting his eco really dolled up. No doubt he's going to be thinking about going up to Imperial very, very soon. The Arambai, though, are starting to reach that critical mass where charging him just becomes deadly, even with the inaccuracy. And here we go. Do a little bit of damage. Gonna lose another Mangonel, and the camels are actually gonna get out of there on 1 HP. Super camel, but he's gonna get darted. There we go. A couple of villages there at the moment, just kind of hanging out. Did hear another one get taken out. So Tatoh really starting to do the damage here at the moment. He's closed the gap to only 10 villages difference. What's he looking at home? 1, 2, 3 town centers. So we are looking at equal pop at the moment. Viper has hit Imperial. Not sure exactly what his game plan is going to be. Still hasn't even gone down with bloodlines or anything. No, the stable's there. What's he going to do with the stable? Not exactly sure, guys. What's he doing with that stable? Bracer on its way down, so it looks like he wants it. Oh, that was a big hit there. Going to clean up the rest of those expos. Very, very easy. A couple of camels, though, should be able to deal with this one nice and quickly. Potentially going to get a couple of villager kills here as well. But, of course, the Mangonel is going to be a priority target. Over on the front, looks like we are seeing a little bit of a skirmish. Tatoh did move forward with a couple of camels. He moved forward with a couple of crossbows, and this is interesting. Look at those darts. Just miss that one guy. Man, that's kind of the way to do it, I guess. Spread your army as much as possible when just fighting down Arambai, I guess. Has dealt with this one relatively easy. Tatoh on his way up into Imperial has got elite skirmisher on the way. The Arambai are moving out across the map now. And going to be able to do some serious damage if we're not careful. Viper actually up by 1,300 points on the score right now. The villager difference, though, we're only looking at 8, so it's not a huge difference across the board. However, K to D at the moment, much is in Viper's favor. The military, very, very similar as well. A couple of crossbows, going to be able to deny this one quite quickly. And Bloodline's only just going down for Viper now, so it is a little bit of a later Bloodlines, but of course that extra HP always going to be welcome. What have we got? What have we got? Ford Castle getting dropped as well, so it looks like he does want to try to get himself a staging point here. There's Crossbow and Skirmisher mix doing really well against the Arambai, really pushing them back across the map. The speed, though, hopefully going to be enough to push out across the map with, and I guess what else are we kind of seeing? Scale Barding, so trying to get that extra armor on them. So we are seeing a little bit of extra wood camp over here. Hasn't been noticed by Viper yet. Sure, he'll do some patrolling soon and kind of notice it. Doing a little bit of damage to the buildings where he can kind of thing, but it's just not enough. There we go. Tato's up onto 4 rangers. He's very, very committed right now. Does have the monastery down as well. Just about to hit Imperial. And not sure exactly how this is going to go down. 80 HP if those are around by now as well. We'll notice the wood by the looks of things, though. Potentially going to take out a couple of villages here. Just go the villages. There's 1, 2, 3. Ooh, the around by, though, that's a lot of losses for the damage he did there. That's a lot of losses for the damage he did. Moving forward with another castle as well. Starting to get really aggressive here. More Arambai moving out across the map. He's at a massive score advantage now as well. He's really restricting Tato's ground. He knows that this is where the lumber is. And how are we looking down over here? So he's got lumber in the back section here. And a lumber over here. It's getting quite small. Looks like we are going to see a little bit of an engagement. Going to try and deny this castle here on the front. The Arambai going to do a good job of trying to push him back. And of course, the more you can micro against him, the better. A couple of skirmishes coming into the mix. Should be able to clean this one up and keep the castle going. Bracer only just going down now for Tatoh as well. And this is a bit of an issue. Tatoh doing a good job of trying to balance out his economy with the market as well. Not stopping that one. A couple of skirmishes are moving forward. Elite skirmishes, I should say. Most of the upgrades on those bad boys too. And looks like he's moved out over to here with another town center as well. So the Viper at the moment on 107 villages compared to the 90 of Tatoh. A couple of losses there, going to set him back quite heavy, but nothing major happening over here either. Was trying to get a little bit of aggressiveness in there. Not exactly going to happen. A couple of villagers running away and potentially going to lose this one here as well. 5 HP left on that guy. And no, looks like they're just exploring. Whoop. None of them hit him. None of them hit him. Is it a decent place, in all honesty? Viper there in the back of the woodline again. Going to snag a villager there. The skirmish is doing a great job against the Arambai yet again, though. A siege workshop coming up on the front. Double siege workshop even. We're about to see a very, very aggressive play. A couple of skirmishes kind of holding this wood down. Viper really starting to just try and choke Tatoh out to death. Let our archer armor, chemistry all going down. Conscription from Viper plus ballistics. Ballistics going to be a very, very helpful one right now. And looks like going to take some gold down over here with those villagers that somehow managed to survive the onslaught. What are we going to see from this? Wouldn't surprise me to see a bunch of mangonels start going down. Husbandry from the Viper as well, so trying to increase that speed. And the Trebuchet is out in play, so going to really start trying to do the damage as best as possible. Try and force some engagements out of a Tatoh. And at the moment, he's just got such a massive score lead. 115 villagers compared to the 101 of Tatoh. 31 military for Viper, 27 for Tatoh. So ahead in both aspects right now, and it looks like he's out for blood in all honesty. Chain barding going down. We've got husbandry as well. Ooh, bombard cannon from Tatoh, though. That chemistry going to help out a little bit here. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is your Arambai just running and doing basically a drive-by on him. Trebuchet not going to be able to take too much here, because of course, bombard cannon does do serious damage. A couple of mangonels out in play for a Viper, though. Can be able to push in across here, and if he does get on top of those guys with the mangonels, Arambai, whoa, that's not what you want to see. That's a lot of Arambai lost there for next to nothing. Elite battle elephant, though, from Viper. Now, that's what I wasn't expecting to see. Plate barding going down. This is going to be very, very rough. Of course, the skirmish is just not going to be able to deal with those elephants. Man, mangonels. Is he going down with forward stables? Or looks he's going down with another castle, moving out with this one over here. How many stables he got? He's only got one in the back. This one here. He's putting up a lot of stables in the front. Heavy camel coming down for Tatoh, though. That's going to be a really good counter, especially goes up into Imperial Camel as well. Going to put them in a really good spot to actually deal with those battle elephants. I think at this point, the longer it goes, nobody even has a clear advantage. Viper's definitely got the advantage, I should say. Like, I wouldn't say it's super obvious. He's got a higher villager count, a little bit less military count. Tatoh, much higher military count, but he's managed to move out across the map, I guess, with these little bases and really just been doing the damage. Plus, look at that, he's got 4k gold in the bank. What's he going to do with that? Forging on its way down. Are we seeing battle elephants get produced yet? Yeah, here we go. They're going to get moved into play. And if all of the army right now for Tatoh is just skirmishes, bombard cannons, I don't think he's really going to be able to find a way to deal with it. He needs to get more of those camels out in field. He needs to start thinking about maybe even going up into Imperial Camel. Those are basically going to be his options straight off the bat. Whoa, we do have Viper even going down with elite tech as well. So going to be in a really good place to do the damage here. Just, oh, man, it's been a while since I've even seen that one, of course. With that, battle elephant's going to have extra armor on those guys. I believe it's 1 and 2, which we should see. So 3 plus 6. You're looking at 9 pierce armor on those guys. 320 HP. 16 plus 1 attack with iron casting on the way. These are such a rough unit. Like, look at them. They're not even having that much of an issue. There's the GG from Tatoh as well. He's been pushed into over on this side with battle elephants. Battle elephants in the front. Look at the amount of just bombard cannons that were lost over here. Look at this side. They're taking him down with heavy camels. No! The battle elephants are dealing the damage they need to. That is a ridiculous amount of armor, guys. 3 plus 6, 1 plus 4. 16 with the potential of extra plus attack on top of that. It's only got the plus 1. 320 HP. Battle elephants are crazy. I think I need to see them in a couple more scenarios before I can fully kind of get a opinion. In fact, what are they even costing at the moment? Blah, 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 blah. Elite battle elephant, 120 food, 70 gold. I think we need to see a nerf here, guys. I need to see a lot more games, but I think they need to be nerfed. Alright, I'll see you in the next game, guys. Let me know your opinions on the battle elephants. Actually, really interesting to know. Have a good night.